So when creating videos for social media and YouTube in particular, one of the most important things to intrigue people to click on your video is the thumbnail.
You might have a really great video, but if the thumbnail doesn't intrigue people and encourage them to click the video, then they might never see it.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Filmstock YouTube channel. We are Chris and Christina, and we are here to help you make better videos and empower your inner video creator.
Just before we get into this one, make sure to hit the subscribe button below so you don't miss any future tips and tricks videos like this one.
In this video, we wanted to show you how you can make great thumbnails for your videos using the YouTube thumbnail title pack here in Filmora.
Now, most of you might not think about creating thumbnails in a video editing app, but you sure can, and it saves you the time and money having to get other software to do so. You can create both the video and the thumbnail in Filmora.
So let's jump into Filmora 11, and Chris is going to show you how to create some eye-catching thumbnails for your videos.
So just before we get started, you will need to download Filmora 11 and the pack that I am using in this video, which is the YouTube thumbnail title pack from Filmstock. The link to both of those will be in the description below. So when it comes to creating a YouTube thumbnail, you want it to stand out and be appealing to the viewer. You want to make sure it works nicely in whatever niche you're creating videos for, so I wanted to use the Filmstock templates to create thumbnails in a few different styles just to show you how easy it can be. For the first example, I really like this template with the Polaroid photo on one side. I thought this could work quite well for something like a Polaroid photography video, as the Polaroid cameras have become very popular recently. So to start off, I simply dragged the template onto the timeline. Then I had to find a picture to put inside the Polaroid frame. During the summer, I took this photo of Christina on the beach, and I thought this would work perfectly. I dragged the photo onto the timeline and then placed it over the Polaroid frame, making sure the photo covered the entire frame. I then placed the photo under the title template on the timeline, which allowed the photo to appear inside the frame as though it was an actual Polaroid photo. It was then time to change the title. As I mentioned previously, a thumbnail should intrigue the viewer or answer a question that they may have. I decided the text on this one would say how to take Polaroid photos, as this is a question people have and may search for on YouTube, so when they see the thumbnail they will know that this is exactly what they want to know, and so they will be more likely to click on the video. And that is the first thumbnail pretty much complete, and I think it works quite nicely, and because of these Filmstock templates, it was very easy to create. Oh, and just in case you're wondering how you actually save this as a photo from Filmora, all you have to do is move your cursor over the thumbnail on the timeline and then click on the little camera icon, and this will take a snapshot of the screen and save it to wherever you want. And you're good to go. So for the second example, I decided to create a thumbnail for a PC gaming style video. I wanted to create a thumbnail for a new gaming keyboard, so I looked through the Filmstock templates and thought this one would work very nicely, as it has a bit of an old school gaming feel to it with the font and the graphics, etc. I found a nice photo of a gaming keyboard and placed it over the clip just like I did in the first example. Again, I resized the photo so it completely covered the blank space on the template and then moved it under the title on the timeline. I decided I wanted to change the background colour this time so that it would match the colour of the keyboard a little more. I did this by double clicking on the title and then going to the colour tab, and I then adjusted the temperature and tint to give the background a red look, which matches a little better with the colour of the keyboard and just ties things together nicely. Now I just needed to adjust the title and the subtitle to something which would get the viewer to click and watch the video, and it's as simple as that. And we have ourselves another great thumbnail example, this time in the gaming niche.
So we have created many thumbnails for our videos, and one of the hardest parts is trying to start from scratch and create your own graphics. If you don't have experience, it can be very hard to create something that looks professional, but this is where the YouTube thumbnails title pack can help.
With this pack, you already have some amazing templates which work well for many different types of videos. All you need to do is add your own little touches and you will end up with a very professional and striking thumbnail.
Okay, on to the third example, and this time I wanted to create a typical striking YouTube thumbnail with a bold title, something that will really appeal to an audience. I used this template, which is actually just text this time with no graphics, but it will work for the type of thumbnail that I want to create. So I'm going to add this photo just as an example. You could take a photo like this yourself and add it in if you wanted. I flipped the photo so that the text would be over the blank space on the left hand side of the frame. This thumbnail would be for a video about the richest YouTubers in 2022. With this template, the title has 2 different colours, and I think this just really helps make it stand out more on the thumbnail. I think the thumbnail looks pretty good as it is, but I think I could add something a little bit extra just to really finish this one off. So I found this photo of money floating in the air with a transparent background, and I placed it behind the text. This just helps emphasise the title of the video, as it's all about money. And that is this thumbnail complete, and I think it just works very well and also looks very professional. Sometimes it's just good to keep things minimal and quite bold, as this really stands out to the audience. Okay, so onto the final example, and this time I wanted to create something with a more cinematic feeling, which could be the thumbnail for a documentary travel style video, for example. Again, this time I went for one of the title templates, which was just text, as it would allow me to add my own picture and keep things clean and simple. I added a travel photo which we had took while on a trip to Portugal, as it has quite a cinematic feeling to it. I then changed the text to something more cinematic and intriguing. I also changed the font to something which had a more minimal and cinematic feel to it. I changed the size of the title and placed it right in the centre above the horizon line, and just as quick as that I was able to create a nice clean cinematic thumbnail for a video, which gives it a very professional finish, I think.
And just like that, I was able to create 4 professional and intriguing thumbnails for various different video niches.
So this pack from Filmstock can really save you a lot of time when creating your own thumbnails for your videos.
As always, those were just a few examples that I created, but there are a number of different templates and you can modify them and adjust them to your own liking.
But it's great to have that starting point. So the links for this pack and of course Filmora 11 will be in the description below, and also make sure you subscribe below too so you don't miss out on any future videos. That's all from us, keep creating and we will see you in the next one.